August 18th, 2022. Summary of information about coming events. Published by Sister Clare. Spoken by Pascal. Claire began. Dear family, it is necessary for me to give you a little background on this message before we get into it. We are getting our information from someone who works for the Department of Defense on a really high security level. He is one of the people in the many teams the government has that calculates the dangers to Earth and humanity, whether it be war, famine, or comets and the like. Here is now a list of events expected in the coming months. Russia versus Ukraine is going to turn into Russia versus NATO fairly quickly, going from Ukraine into NATO and all European countries. Ocean levels are going to suddenly rise about 15 feet very soon. Skies are in trouble because of solar storms, and Aurora Borealis will be seen everywhere. People will have radiation sickness in several parts of the Earth, swollen ankles, hair loss, and nausea. The Earth's dynamo, that is, the core that drives the Earth in its rotation, is having issues and will soon flip, a magnetic flip. If you saw the movie The Core and the movie 2012, you kind of have an inkling of what is coming. And one of the rules of the Illuminati is they have to let people know what is about to happen, and they use the motion picture industry to do that. Well, people need to be in a weakened state when the Antichrist appears on the scene. The governments of the world and the Black Hats, which the Lord is now calling the Black Hearts, know about all these changes of the Earth, and they have known about them, many of them, since World War II, and they have not said anything to us about it. They have not prepared us, but they are planning their event to happen in conjunction with the aftermath of some of these events, so that people will be very vulnerable, and they will be reaching for order out of chaos. And that is when they will introduce the Antichrist, which the Lord told me is Obama, and he will have an army with him. The Lord has told me they are preparing an army inside the Earth, and the whole idea is to have them heavily armed, highly organized, and put in places all around the globe, no place excluded. They will come out with a show of force, and then talking gently to the people, telling them, "We are here to protect you." So they create the chaos, and then they bring in these 12 to 15 feet soldiers to take care of it, but scare the tar out of people. And that is how people will grasp for the new world leader, because things will be so deteriorated and such a mess that everyone will be grasping for some kind of security. The Antichrist and the whole army and everything else will come across as highly trained, highly competent, ready and powerful. So we should be aware of that. Man will not be able to kill or harm these soldiers. They will not have a soul. I know this sounds like science fiction, but the truth can be stranger than fiction. Okay, so that is how the Antichrist will come into power. More events. The sunlight will have a drastic effect, because the magnetosphere will be gone in certain places, and it will burn people. Lake Med is definitely going to fail. There is not anything they can do about it. And I guess Las Vegas heavily depends on Lake Med. And so it almost seems like a judgment because of what happens in Las Vegas. One other thing that is going to happen is the moisture will double on the Earth, temporarily. And because of that atmospheric compression, it will bring pop-up storms without a front, and they will drop an enormous amount of water. There is going to be a volcano eruption in South America that is attached to the plate that will affect California. I'm not talking about the San Andreas plate, but the Cusco plate, which is in South America. When there is a huge volcano going off in Peru, it may very well release that plate, and that will have repercussions coming up the coast, going into the Sea of Cortez, and all the way up into Seattle and Alaska. So it is going to be a huge movement. Jackie. This was a brief summary of the most important information that Sister Clare published. Afterwards, the Lord gave the message, "You are impacted by so many energies." We linked this message right here in the upper left corner. The protection and peace of the Lord be with us all in these turbulent times.